What's up, everybody? Happy Friday Night Nitro. Now, it's been a relatively hard and pretty disastrous week for me. But when Friday is here, a Nitro is always on the table. And I want to say happy Friday to you guys. Let me say hello to everyone that is here. And we will start right now. We just reset the stream a little bit here. We got Seth, John Hensley, Dana, my good friend Jim's RC Fun. How you doing? We got John Hensley, Rustic RC, Nitro Gang Queen Marie, Melissa, Hughes Hobbies, Texas Hill. We got Tarek here in the stream. All right, my dudes. As I said, doesn't matter what misfortune you might have. What matters is the Nitros in front of you. And hopefully, the goal, the dream, and the love of running rich and loud will make you feel better. And that is one of the goals for me here tonight. We got Rory Holler, we got Wonder Bread. How you doing? I hear Wonder Bread has a brand new sticker coming out. It's going to be literally a piece of white bread. He's going to put it on his RCs and he's going to drive them around. People are going to ask him, are you the Wonder Bread representative? He's going to say, no, I'm the Nitro Gang representative. Is that right, Wonder Bread? I think that's right. Actually, I remember when I used to work in a grocery store. Man, the Wonder Bread guy who delivered the bread, I'm going to tell you something. That guy drove a Mustang GT, actually, when he was done delivering bread. Okay, that's the main thing I remember. Mustang GT, and also the person that delivered Entenmann's. The Entenmann's, man, drove I think a Camaro. All right, but of course, they owned their own routes. Those guys were businessmen, of course. We got Almy Mysterious, how you doing, man? He goes, is this the owner of the Facebook group? That is correct, man. My name is Hybrid, last name Dimitri, depending which order you want to put that in, you know. But yes, welcome to the guy that is basically the only admin in the Nitro Gang group. That's me, and I'm happy to be here. My dudes, let me say hello to all of you here. We got Nitro Addiction. I'll do a little bit of introductions, and then we will get to discussing what we have in front of us. Because, bros, you know what? When I first got this, I'm going to give you the story of this thing. I thought it was just another Trinity Reflex. You guys might know, I have more than one Trinity Reflex, actually, but I do not have this model. This model is a little bit more special. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of bit, okay? Change little to lot, and there is your answer. All right, we got Jorge Beltran, David Diaz. How you guys doing? Now, if you guys don't know, I had a little bit of a arm disaster. Going to be going in for surgery real soon. Pretty much worst thing in the world that could have really happened, other than some other things that could have happened. But you know what? Nobody could say this guy Hybrid over here didn't take one for the Gas Gang, for the Nitro Gang, killed his arm, and he's still back with us on his regularly scheduled broadcast, mumbling a little bit less than last time as well, guys, all right? So yes, I am in fact wearing, what is this thing called? The thing where you put your arm in, this cast? No, it's not a cast, it's a, what is it? Whatever the hell it is. Anyways, we'll get down to it. I basically am one-handed right now. You might not even see the left hand. The left hand, it's not doing too good right now. Confirmed surgery needed, real bad, real bad. Pretty much ran up the copay bills this week, so pretty much up the wazoo, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much more than the value of this Nitro right here. But it's okay. I'm not that upset because, as some people say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But actually, that statement is completely fraudulent. So I'm not sure if that's actually going to be the case here. Because really, if you think about it, guys, let's get down to seriousness over here. Let's say you get the flu. You don't come back stronger from the flu. You actually come back a little bit weaker. Let's say you get some kind of real bad disease, I don't know, something else. You never actually come back stronger. That's just like one of those positive statements, but the truth is, it's a lie. You want to know what's not a lie? This Nitro is not a lie. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger statement, that's pretty much a lie. Let's just call it what it is. It's a big, fat, zero chance lie. You never come back stronger. Actually, you come back weaker. All right, bros. Trinity Nitro Reflex. Are you looking at what I have right there on the inside? Why is there a bag of caramel Werther chews in there? I just don't understand why that's going on. But there's a story behind why that's the case. Because you know what? You guys remember the Jado I had recently? The Jado with many things wrong with it, but it actually did run at the end. Well, this was a little bit of a swap-a-roo with a sickening channel viewer in here, my buddy Rustic. So him and I think we both got what we wanted. He got a JADO. By the way, today I was, researching a couple things. I think people here know what JADO stands for, right? JADO is an acronym for Jet Assisted Takeoff. But the real question is, where does that acronym really come from? Well, derivative is from World War II, when they were developing rocket-powered aircraft, rocket-powered engines, basically for surveillance and, near-Earth orbit is what you call it. That's a little bit of your history lesson there for today. Now, my dudes, Trinity Reflex. You might know I have more than one. Maybe I think three, actually. But you know what? This one is actually a step above. So this body obviously is not from this car. You know what? I don't have the body. Body is gone. There ain't no body. You know what I'm saying? Could be a song maybe by the Backstreet Boys. Ain't no body. I'm not a very good singer. That's why I'm sitting here today with you guys, okay? And not out at a party, staying up late, and doing something that starts with, well, some people spell it with a C, some people spell it with a K, but it all ends in oak, okay? So we're not doing that. What we're doing is nitro. Let me say hello to everyone that just joined. Eduardo, how you doing there, Eduardo, man? Happy to see you here. Now, we're going to talk about this particular model, and we're also going to look at it in the magazine. Now, in fact, I have basically all of the magazines for, I would say, a period of maybe 15 years, right? But if I don't have those, I have digital access to many of them as well. So the research that your boy Hybrid here does, it basically, well, it never really ends, you know? It never really ends. I believe in citations, I believe in credit, and I believe in reality. The reality is, Trinity is actually currently owned by, who do you want to take a guess? Who owns this brand, Trinity? Now, you guys might have heard of Trinity from their real nice electric hand-wound motors. Currently, Trinity is owned by the unfortunate Horizon Hobby. Well, at least they kept the Trinity brand name alive, but also they kept none of the Nitro name alive, unfortunately, which is really bad. Ray, thank you, man, for that super chat to the channel. He goes, hello, Hybrid and Nitro Sandy, and hello to the Nitro gang, everybody. Happy to see you here, Ray. By the way, guys, congratulate our buddy Spotty Jack here, who this week picked up, from what I understand, is a historical piece of construction equipment. I'm not going to say what it is exactly, but the first name is John, last name is Deere / construction equipment. Don't want to give too much away. It's a very, very rare piece of equipment, and he's going to make it great again. We got Jose Velasquez here. How you doing, man? We got my buddy All Aspects RC. Happy to see you here. I know All Aspects has been trying to lead the healthier life. I'm real proud of him, man. It ain't easy. Unfortunately for me, I tried to live the healthy life and basically broke my hand. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to see, I'll show you in a little bit, but it's basically very depressing, very bad. Basically the worst thing that could have happened to me. But as we say, well, actually, I don't want to say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, because I'm definitely not going to be stronger after this. I'm probably going to be weaker. Let's call it what it is. It's BS. Anyway, I did a little bit of digging. And guys, are we ready to take a look under the body? Because this one has one real weird problem. Now, I've already discovered what the problem is, but I'm going to have you maybe do a little bit of a guess of what to do. We can do like a multiple diagnosis. You know, I was about to say multiple sclerosis, man. I've been researching a lot of bad diseases lately, as you could tell, which is not good. Don't be researching bad diseases. Before you know it, you start to get bad diseases on your list of everything, and then you think you have it all. Okay, I definitely don't have that. But yes, health is wealth. As for me, bicep is downfall. All right, Jetson, how you doing there? Jetson and Michael Graham, how you doing, man? Michael Graham is a big fan of the T-Max. I know whenever a T-Max video comes out, Michael Graham is happy. You know what? I like knowing a little bit of interesting things about all of my viewers. I think that's what makes us more or less of a Nitro Gang type positive family. Wouldn't you say that that's the case? I would say that's the case. All right, bro. So I can't be reaching too much today. I don't know how much I'm going to do. If you guys want, I'll show you literally my arm right now. But like it's in a sling. It's no different from last week. So next week, surgery is already scheduled. There's basically nothing else I can do about it. It's going to be real bad. The recovery is real bad. I'm actually pretty devastated over it. Should have kept it Nitro. Philip, how you doing there, Philip? All right. I'm going to take off the body and we'll take a look at it. You guys could give me your own diagnosis on it and tell me what you think the problem is. There is one major problem. Major problem. And no, it's not a busted bicep tendon. That's me. Okay, if you want to call me busted bicep tendon, go ahead. But just understand, karma might be a thing. Karma might not be a thing. You never know. You don't want to risk it. That's why I really do prefer to lead the ethical, the positive life. Never be jealous of another person because guess what? Everyone has their own problems. And I guess I proved it that I have my own problem too, called I'm going to need surgery next week. It could be worse, but always strive to be better. That's what I'll say. All right, everybody. Rant over. By the way, I have another thing to rant about here next to us, not far away. I'll do that in a little bit. The rant concerns this item. Anybody wanna tell me what you think my rant is gonna be about? Actually, okay. So we'll keep that in your thoughts. We're gonna talk about the problem. Okay, let's get down to business. So this body's not from this car. I only basically put it on here. It's missing body posts. All right. Since I'm doing, oh my God, there's some candy up in here. Genius. Rustic RC thought of everything, man. Big Boys Toys, what's up, man? By the way, guys, congratulate Big Boys Toys. He got himself a nice little helicopter. It may be electric, but you know what? Those are safe. Those are safe. You guys might remember a while back there was a famous incident which basically kind of took down the world of Nitro helicopters. And the incident was there was a guy flying a helicopter in, like a big ass Nitro helicopter, right? In Brooklyn. I don't live far away from Brooklyn, really. And it appears that he basically unalived himself. I'm assuming the rotors probably sliced open his head or something like that. Pretty much bad thing that happened to him. It's what happens when you lose your head. The common phrase, don't lose your head. As, keep it cool, don't lose your head. The guy definitely did not do that. Okay? Now, it's no joke, but the guy did not do that, everybody. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on a little bit of a stand, and we will do a little rotation on it. Why? Because, well, my arm is not doing too good, and I can't be reaching too far. All right. Yes, it is a 2-speed baby for sure. That's the only good thing here so far. But, by the way, guys, this is, a constructive criticism analysis. This is in no way a reflection of my buddy Rustic that I traded a Jado for. No reflection of that at all. This was a car that I wanted, and a Jado was a car that he wanted. So I think we're all a happy family today. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of an analysis here, right? The first thing I don't want to say the first thing I do. One of the first things I do whenever I get a new Nitro or pretty much any RC. Pyro, what's up there, Pyro Tony? He goes, what happened to my arm? Well, basically hyperextended it, killed the bicep muscle. Bicep is gone. It's like halfway close to my shoulder right now. I need surgery next week. It's real bad. It's going to cost me a shit ton of copay money. It's real bad. All right, but let's not talk about me too much for now. We'll talk about me later. All right, the first thing I like to do is spin both wheels. I can't move my arm too much. I can move like my hand, but can't move it too far out. I'm going to spin the wheels. Massive friction. I want you guys to tell me, where should I start looking? Now, I already know the answer to this question. Let's take a look around the front, and I'll confirm that we have the same situation. This one has a front one-way bearing. And when I spin the wheels backwards, massive drivetrain friction. Now, where should I look? We'll do like a little bit of a diagnosis on this. And I think by the end of this stream, this might be a runner, actually. All right, so I'm looking at the chat right now. Pyro Tony goes, check out the belt. WBL, man, how you doing there, WBL? Hope you're doing good, bro. Everybody, if you don't know, WBL is also a YouTube video creator, so support him as well. We got Rock Perry. What's up there, Rock Perry? All right, so let's take a look at the belts. First thing on a belt drive car, you do want to take a look at the belts, right? So we have 3 belts on this one. Rear belt, I could tell it looks pretty normal. It's not like crazy tight. I can like press it down a little bit. We have a good amount of movement, so it's definitely not like the rear belt. I see what you guys are saying. I'm going to come back to your comments. I do appreciate you chatting here. So we do have an OS 12 TR, which is a 666 top level engine. Now we're going to do, I'm going to basically do, conduct this analysis like I always do. Next thing, this main center belt. To me, when you press it down like this does seem a little bit too tight, to be honest with you. So, belt tensioner, from what I see right now, let me do a zoom in on that belt tensioner. Belt tensioner does appear to be all the way at the bottom. So, I think what we can do to begin, okay, to begin. Now, I'm doing process of elimination here, guys, all right? Eduardo goes, I'm guessing it's the bearings. So, what I'm going to do... I can't get that one. Okay, it's from the other side. All right, so I'm going to loosen from this side the belt tensioner. All right, I got the driver in the belt tensioner. Let me raise it up a little bit just for testing purposes. All right, just so it's like out of the way. All right, that belt is a little bit looser. You could tell now that I press on it. Mark, what's up there? Mark Dugan, happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully better than me. I'd be happy if that was the case. All right, so this belt is now basically has no tension at all. So let me check again. The drivetrain, nope. Still massive friction. I'm applying a whole ton of power. What about the belt that's on the bottom, right? Okay. So it's a little bit tough to see. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to basically just feel it with my finger and just tell you what I think. All right. That belt is actually pretty smooth. It's definitely not the belt. What else could it be? Now, I saw you guys said bad gear mesh. Maybe the gear mesh is bad, right? So I'll check out the gear mesh. All right. So the gears spin freely, fluidly, and very, very smoothly. All right, bro. So we've eliminated, I think, 2 things for sure. It's definitely not a belt, and it's definitely not the gear mesh. Next, all right, Michael Graham goes brakes. Let me see who else says something, and I will move on to the brakes. But that was a great, most obvious answer, to be honest with you, man. Most super obvious answer. Okay, we got Only RC, man. How you doing? Northeast Mods, what's up, man? Happy Friday to you. Thank you guys for joining here today. Oh, John Hensey sent out a membership and a super deserving viewer got it. Rory Holler. Hell yeah to you, Rory. Been a long time viewer of this channel and supporter as well. Some of the streams from last week are members only now due to self-protection, of course. Unfortunately, that's the way YouTube has come. I know I didn't want to have to do it, but I had to do it. All right. So, next thing, we're going to take a look at the brakes. For this, I'm going to zoom in hardcore, everybody. By the way, we'll talk about why this is the team-only kit in a little bit, but what I want you to kind of take a notice and look at, anybody here know why we have 2 different color plastics? Before I look at the brakes. Why do we have 2 different colors of plastics on this? All right. Why do we have gray and black? All right. Philip goes different strengths. Correct. So I'm going to discuss this in a little bit, but one of the most important things about the team-only kit, and this is the team-only, is the fact that all of the gray components here, which is basically a ton of them. Grizzly, how you doing there, man? Grizzly been a member for 57 months, bro. I super appreciate it. You guys don't know, Grizzly is also a YouTube video creator, and that's really great. Anyway, Rory, thank you, man, for that super chat. all going towards this nitro and probably my arm. All right. Anyway, let me answer the question. This is Durlin plastic. Durlin. If you guys don't know, the Traxxas gears that are inside the transmission is a Durlin material. So Derlin. I think I spelled that correct. Now, Durlin, if you guys ever dabbled in 3D printing materials, filaments, stuff like that, Durlin is what you call an engineering level material. Durlin has very, very high strength. It also has a perfect self-lubricating properties. That's why it's used in Schumacher 3-speed gears and in the those white gears and Traxxas Nitros. Those are all Durlin, obviously different color. But I honestly, bros, I have never seen it used for like suspension components like this. It's remarkable. So all of these parts are Durlin. It's hard to tell on camera because it looks black, but just for your observation purposes, this is like the black color on top, and this is the gray Durlin. Almost every component that's a suspension component right here, Durlin. Freaking honestly beyond amazing, bro. Beyond amazing discovery on this team only, because I have the regular, kit version of this chassis, and it does not have Durlin. But yes, as Tarek said here, amazing. John Henson goes, Schumacher, baby. I have never really seen outside. Check out the front. This is all gray. All of the suspension components are gray. All of this is gray. That means Durlin. I'm going to show it to you in the magazine if you don't believe me right now. Actually, let me flip to it right now, and then we'll discuss the brake, because I think we need to get the Durlin gang situated right here. Just so you guys could have a little bit of an idea of, Hybrid over here, not BSing you, of course. What page are we supposed to be on? So I'm not really particularly too crazy on this magazine, but this is the, hand hurts. Crapola, hand hurts. Jim's RC, thank you, bro. He goes, for the ultimate Nitro Guru, appreciate you. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate you, man. By the way, Jim also makes sickening videos. Actually, I was watching one of his videos before this stream right now. I call Jim, if you guys don't know, the king of rear exhaust. You want to know why he's the king of rear exhaust? Go to his channel, find out. You'll see why he's the king of rear exhaust. Listen, we all want to be king. I want to be king of the bicep, but unfortunately, my bicep is ripped. All right, let's flip the page. I'm going to show you guys Durlin over here. Get ready, the Durlin. All right, so we're going to read this. It's because it's basically very, very important. It's kind of the cornerstone of this whole model. All right, so right here, we're going to be reading that. Oh, by we, I mean me. Appreciate you guys supporting the stream, by the way. Hard week for me, but I'm happy to be able to take my mind off of the problems currently going on. The gray suspension components are molded out of extremely rigid Delrin to reduce flexing. Front and rear sway bars and titanium turnbuckles are standard on the team-only kit. Do you guys understand what I just read? That is sick. So we got front and rear titanium turnbuckles, Durlin gray plastic. Like, honestly, this is a very, very unassuming car. But, yeah, it has a lot of features that, like, you wouldn't actually even know unless you read it. You know what I mean? Like, normally I'd be like, who cares? Okay, we got some gray plastic, so whatever, who cares? No, it's actually a completely different plastic, okay? I'm Reed Henderson. How you doing there, man? Appreciate you stopping in here today. We also have a Syntax clutch. I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. Let's just get down to the chassis itself. Actually, you know what? There's probably one other thing we should take a look at over here. So, since this was a kit, it's subjective, but I do want to show you guys the competition of the other cars that was around. So we have the Nitro TC3. Ben, how you doing there, Ben? You know what? I think I'm going to zoom in on this in a little bit. Let's just talk about the car because, I'm having to vibrate, like, that thing with my hand. I can't really move it. Anyway, let me see what you guys are saying. So Philip Bender is asking, did I say I traded this for a Jado? Correct, bro. So my buddy who's in the chat here, we wound up doing a little bit of a trader-roo. I was pretty happy to do it. You know, I've had JATOs already. He wanted that JATO. I made it pretty much a normal JATO. It was a runner. You know, when I got it, it was like real bad. But, you know, I put in a new engine. It's pretty good. Oh, we got Nitro Pimp, man. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're up to great things, man. And, so yeah, I wound up trading this. It was a trade for the JATO that I had. I mean, you know, I did a lot of work on that JATO, but like realistically speaking, I have like another JATO. I don't really like JATOs too much. I mean, I do like them. What the hell am I saying? I love them, but you know, he wanted a JATO and I wanted pretty much a touring car. You know. Oh, we got John Hensey. Thank you, man. He goes, this is a proper car. Congrats, man. Thank you, bro. It sure is, man. We still got a lot of learning to do because I honestly didn't even mention everything. There is a lot more to mention on this car. I know you're looking at it and it looks like a basic touring car. And I know Texas Hill picked up, I think he picked up one of these recently. Correct, Texas? You can probably correct this. Oh, my buddy, RC Nitro Flux. Thank you, man, for that super chat in the pounds all the way from the UK. Hope things are great over there in the UK. I know you guys are having a lot of reform with your policies, particularly immigration level policies. You know what I'm saying? I think the rest of the world is going to likely be dealing with that too soon. So we could take an example from the UK. Hopefully it's a good example. Anyway, there's actually a lot more team-only things here in a little bit. Sorry, guys, I'm rambling a little bit, but we're going to continue here. All right, Copper Ski, what's going on there, Copper Ski? Appreciate you, man. Happy Friday. Lotus is here with us. He goes, woo, woo, Nitro will never die. Well, I hope so, man. I hope so. You know, basically, years ago when I got into this hobby, people would be saying Nitro dead. It's never going to die. You know why? We'll probably die before Nitro dies. I hope that doesn't happen, but it's likely to be the case. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, let's get on to the issue with the brakes, okay? All right, correct. Texas Hill here says he just scored 2 of these, but the regular kit versions. You know what, Texas, bro? Those are really, really good cars, man. Like, I would not be upset that they're regular. Honestly, I have never come across the team-only kit. This is like I only realized this was the team-only because I compared it to a regular one. And it actually has a ton of upgrades. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Depending how I feel with my arm, bros, I kind of want to do a fire up on this, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to use the starter box. I'm basically sitting in a massive sling right now. If you guys want to see, I mean, I'm not shy. I'm already married. There ain't no reason to be shy. Ain't nobody got time for that. I could show you, but, you know, basically, in a little while, I'm going to basically have a giant cast on me for about 3 months. But don't you guys worry. Nitro Gang is never going to disappear. The truth is, I have enough content for the next couple years. Okay? That's actually the reality. There was a period where I was making like 4 videos a week and only editing 1. So if you see Young Hybrid over here, that's the reason why. All right. But let me show you in a little bit. Anyway, let me zoom in on the brakes because, bros, you're going to really enjoy this. And honestly, by enjoy, I mean laugh. Check that out. Anybody notice anything weird? Let me spin the wheels now. Tell me what you see. Oh, my goodness. I guarantee you, you have never seen an issue like this before. It appears, by the way, the team-only kit has this vented factory disc brake. This is factory to this chassis. And do you see what's going on over here? Yep. Somebody installed the carb incorrectly. Philip Bender. Oh, man. My bad, bros. I'm on a little bit of a pain pills right now, you know? Now, I was thinking earlier, how is that even possible? And I hope, that's right, Tarek, the disc brake is not only hitting the carb, it has cut into the bottom of the carb. Now, I'm thinking they might have trimmed it because honestly, like you wouldn't be able to install this. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to install it with the screws tightened? Like, I think they trimmed it. So I think what I need to do, to be honest with you guys, we need to remove the engine and see, you know, how bad the carb is. And also, if you take a look at it, these carbs, if you don't know, they're meant to be rotated a little bit, right? You always have like a 20-degree rotation at least. So this carb should have been rotated forward, either forward or back, depending on your linkage. Since I have no throttle servo right now, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, real interesting design decision right there. Also, we could tell based on the needles. Who wants to tell me? Come on, do you want to tell me something we already know? Guys, feel free to tell me something we already know. Just visually, looking at the needles, what do you say? That's right. Rustic RC, he didn't do this, so don't think, guys, he did it. He didn't do it. He got this car in a trade. He's just not an on-road guy. Not everyone's an on-road person. Me personally, since you guys might already know, this was my first level of RC, in terms of touring cars. I'm always going to be a four-wheel drive touring car lover. That's kind of like what I'm going to be, and it's okay. I've already accepted my fate. Fate has been accepted. Yeah. Michael Graham goes, I have broken a couple of carbs on the Rustler. That's right. On the Rustler, you have to also pivot the carbs slightly. Like they're meant to be moved so the linkage is very, very smooth, especially on the Rustler. Anyway, let's do the zoom in again, my dudes. By the way, can we get a hell yeah for this awesome clarity? You understand, I have my arm in a sling and a giant light right by my face. I am sweating bullets like nobody else here today. But that's what we live for, isn't it? And don't think I'm not loving doing this. I am. All of these streams and the videos are of my own free will. And you know what, guys? If the day ever comes that I'm not having fun in this hobby, I won't do it anymore. But that day has so far not come. Oh, we got Wiggy Nitro here. How you doing, man? He goes, it is super lean. Correct. So this is way lean. It needs to be about maybe at least a turn out. And the low-speed needle is on the lean side. I'm hoping it's not because we have, like, damaged air leak in there and the guy was compensating somehow. But I think in a little bit when I remove the carb, well, I don't know if I'm going to remove it. We'll be able to see. Anyway, if you guys want, I'm going to ask you all a question. Do you want me to point out the team-only upgrades so far or not? Because there might still be people here that aren't sure if this is a team-only car. And I can actually prove it to you. All right, so if you want, I could do a little flipperoo on my arm. You're not going to be able to see anything that's like internal, V-Speed, what's going on here, man? Oh, Hughes Hobbies is getting a GT2. Man, they should re-release those cars for sure, man. So if you guys want, I could show you right now. My arm is basically in a sling. You might already know that. So that's basically it, how it is. I mean, I can move it in whatever, like, my hand. But, like, if you ask me to, like, make a muscle or whatever, can't be doing that. Can't be doing no muscles anymore. So, but, eventually it'll be repaired. Probably only going to cost, like, $20,000 in a surgery. Of course, I got insurance. But, all these copays add up to basically $2,000. No matter how you put it. You could have great healthcare in this country. They just charge you more for a copay. It doesn't really matter. Isn't that sick? That's beyond sick. You know who doesn't pay copay? The extremely poor. Of course, none of us want to be in that situation. So, I don't want to put those people down, of course, It's not like anybody freely, willingly loves being in that role. But, some need to be investigated, we could say. Eduardo goes, did I cancel my gym membership? Bro, I never had a gym membership. I work out in my basement with the RCs, dude. I've literally been working out in my basement for years. And that way, I can get down to business on wrenching on the nitros after. Why go and waste gas going to the gym, work out with a bunch of suckers, then don't put the weights back? Like teenagers that, like, are taking notes in their, nonsense books about their sets. They're stupid, bro. Anyway, you want to get biceps? Let me come back and we'll do some training together because I'm obviously gonna lose all my gains, But no reason to cry about it. Did it to myself, and I gotta accept my own fate. All right, everybody. What was I gonna do? Let's take. I think at this point, let's do a little bit of a chassis condition check, okay? Let's do a condition check. Let's take a look at the bottom of the chassis. Some of the sickening features. So these models have a real solid 4mm chassis. 4mm, baby. 4 millimeters. On the bottom, we have ourselves real good access to the battery. Just remove this and you can stick in like a 4AA or a hump pack. Notice these cooling fins. So as the car is moving forward, the air is funneled into these fins and you have direct airflow over the bottom of the crankcase. A lot of 10 scale touring cars have this. This is not like a, I'm not going to say this is a feature only this car has. It's not. But for this level of a car, I mean, this is a very premium level car. But even the cheaper kit model, not the team only, had this feature, right? So it is missing the front bumper portion of that bumper. But, all these things are not a major disaster. All right, bros. I think it's time to pull the engine and see if we can free up the drivetrain. What do you think? Or do you want me to take a quick little look in the magazine first? Because I think we need to kind of point out what the team-only kit is. Because honestly, I'm probably never going to see another one. Like, I'm just going to call it what it is. It's probably the only chance we'll ever see one. All right. Wonder Bread goes, I care about nitros. I care about fresh bakery items, bro. The other day, Melissa and I went to this expensive place called Paris Baguette. Anybody ever go to Paris Baguette? Let me just do a quickie on this one. So Paris Baguette, where everything costs a fortune, in case you were wondering if it's cheap or not. The answer is no. We had like a bit of a fruit tart thing, almost killed my stomach. It was like $7. All right. So this is the most important part. Let me just get a little closer, bro. But yeah, pretty much everything at Paris Baguette is delicious. Everything kind of is delicious. All right, let me read this. This is the team only. This is very, very, very important, bros. Because without really this, I honestly would not have known this is the team model. So I'm going to read this. The factory driver, Josh Cyril, drove to second place finish at the IFMAR Nitro Worlds car. Damn, I skipped like half of it. My bad. Well, now you blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm going to read this part. The package includes over $450 worth of hop-ups and accessories, and it brings the car up to full factory team specs. Rigid suspension components, a front one-way, a vented disc brake system with machined aluminum brake lever, aluminum hex adapters, front and rear sway bars, and Centax-style clutch are just a few of the in-the-box upgrades. Bros, $450 worth of upgrades just in this model. And you know what? They really did not let you kind of see them. It's kind of hidden. So what I recommend we do real quick. I mean, honestly, Paris Baguette is delicious, but everything in there is a fortune. I honestly feel like almost everything there kind of tastes the same. Like, and don't get me wrong, it tastes good, but it tastes the same. Anybody feel that? It's the same, like, dough recipe, All right, let me take this off. I can't use my left hand, though. What I'm trying to show you is the aluminum wheel hubs. Terrigo sickening. I want to say thank you guys for chatting and participating. If I don't respond to you in the chat right now, it's because I'm doing stuff, no hard feelings. I want to say I love you all in a good way, not the literal weird way, not the biblical's way, but the real sickening Nitro Gang way. All right, so here we go. Proof. Aluminum 12mm hubs. Durlin arms. I mean, do you understand how rigid this is? This is beyond rigid. Look at this. They're not just cheapo hubs. They're like, I think these are called clamp-on. Like, these hubs, they not going anywhere. These are solid hub gang. Titanium turnbuckles. I mean, they really spend the money on this. And the wheels, obviously, these are not original wheels. But it looks like somebody has written where they belong, right rear. Made in Japan. Sick. All right, bros. Next, I think we got to take the engine out and sort the drivetrain issue. What do you say about that? Can't take it too fast, bros. Hold on. Arm be killing me out here. Thing is, I'm not trying to take a lot of pain medicine, But I think it's safe to say nobody out there can say they completely disfigured their arm for a video. I could say that, and I'm not proud of it, okay? Because injury is not something to be proud of. That would be stupid if I was proud of that. We got Robin Silla and Quan Bills. How you guys doing? Rock Perry Jr. with the fair food. All right, so we'll take a look at some of the magazine details later. I want to sort out the engine issue. Well, it's the carb issue, rather. GeoMac, what's going on, man? All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you all a question. Do you want to see me take the engine off from the bottom or try to remove these screws? I think these screws have very easy access. We'll take a look at all of it. I think it'll be good. We got Jada Foxta. How you doing there, man? He goes, that's a proper 2-speed, baby. I'm glad you recognize. I am glad you recognize. I want to make sure Werther's in here. Maybe I'll get a sponsorship from them. Maybe I'll use it to pay for my copays. You know what my copay is for the MRI? Anybody here want to take a guess what the copay for the MRI was? For the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging? Take a guess. MRI, copay. You won't believe it. I almost puked when I saw. Puked. Okay, well, it was $100. You guys are on the high side. It was 100. But still, you understand 100. You can get yourself a proper used Duratrax for that. In fact, I lost the Duratrax on eBay because of that, because I was so upset. All right, so far the engine screws seem to be moving freely from here, so I'm hoping the rest of them will be budging. You know what? I don't know. Maybe I should remove the whole engine mount. What do you guys think? I gotta think about this. Engine mount or the screws from the top? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Paige, how you doing there? Paige and Crazy for Honda is here with us. So yeah, pretty much surgery is 100% confirmed. It's pretty much a disaster. You know, if Melissa was home right now, I would ask her to slap me. Like, I don't think it would even hurt right now because of the pain pills I took. So if anybody wants to come over and slap me, you can actually do it. I won't even bother. It won't even bother me, really. You want to throw a piece of steak in my face, you want to slap me, it's fine. Hit me with a screwdriver, you could do it. I think I'm going to do... I'm thinking of what's easier for gear mesh, actually. Let's just do this. I already have the screw out, so I don't want to mess with the bottom screws. Yeah, Woogie goes use the top screws, yeah. Since this cooling head isn't like very, very wide, it's pretty easy. Dr. Diabetes, how you doing there, man? All right, 2 more screws. And we should have the engine almost out. So the goal right now is to see if we remove the friction and if I can like move the carb a little bit. And, you know, also check the engine itself a little bit. Quan Bills goes, it looks like a 1/12 scale. Yeah, bro, I mean, this is not a very large, because it's missing the bumper, you know? So with the bumper missing, it looks kind of smaller. But this is a regular 10 scale nitro. I guess, you know, modern RCs are like usually so giant, like people kind of like forgot what regular 10 scales look like. Dr. Diabetes, this is a rare Trinity Reflex from about 2003. But this is the team kit version. So pretty much the very rare one. All right, so all the screws came out okay. Damn it, there's still friction. How's that possible? I gotta go through it in complete nuance now. There's still friction, I can't believe it. Let me remove this pipe thing. There's still friction, that's weird. That is unexpected, I would say. Okay. Well, we do have great access to engine removal. Okay. You'll see how easy that is? You see, proper cars are designed to remove engines effortlessly. Effortlessly, baby. Let me take a look at this car because I am really worried that it's busted. Oh, you know what? You know what? I think we're going to have ourselves an okay, no problem over here. Look at that. So it looks like somebody trimmed that a little bit. I can tell. Obviously right here it's cut in real bad. But over here somebody like grinded it. Man, this was the guy that built this, put a sick engine in, but he was a real. I don't want to have to say bad things about him, but not good. You know? All right. Let me move the engine a little bit to the side. Let me take a look at it, actually. All right, so the carb is pretty clean. I mean, it looks okay on the inside. The idle gap looks normal. Let me spin over. Ah, crap, arm hurts. Let me spin over the flywheel. Okay. Compression is normal for one of these. I think once it runs, it'll be okay. I would say it's like 60% okay. But once it runs, it'll be okay. Okay, so clutch smooth. This is a Syntax clutch, right? So these are real high-end clutches in there. It's smooth, so there's no friction from this area. Also, not a bad idea to reset all these needles. Let me do that while I'm here. Well, I'm not really resetting. I'm more like putting them back to not crazy positions. Okay, like that. I'm going to put this one a little bit. I'm going to spin it just to make sure it spins. All right. I'm going to have it like kind of flush. I mean, it looks okay. I don't think there'll be a leak from the carb, you know? Right? What do you guys think? All right. Engine to the side. Let's move on to the chassis. Or some people say the chassis. Nobody really says that. All right. Texas goes, it will be fine. Luckily, it doesn't need surgery like my arm. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to eliminate, well, more like figure out through process of elimination where the frick, yeah, there's like crazy. I cannot, it doesn't spin at all. Is the brake engaged? The brake is not engaged. Okay. Let me move the brake. Okay, so the brake, I can move it. You guys see that? That means the rotor itself is not engaged. The brake is loose. So if you take a look, the rotor is not engaged. I can basically move it. The brake arm is okay. So why do we have that much friction? At this point, we need to really get down and do some process of elimination, I think. Normally what I would do is take a belt off and see which axle binds. So I think that's the time. The time for that has come to do it now. What do you think? Normally that's what I would do. All right, bros, let's take off the center belt. And I'll do some, because it doesn't spin at all. There's no moving at all. Like, I can't even, you see that? I cannot get it to roll. All right, so let's see if we can, I'm going to undo this tensioner a little more, and we might be able to slip off the middle belt. Okay. Nah, I might not be able to come off. It's pretty tight. So this belt is real loose. I'm just trying to eliminate which axle it is. All right, so thing is, I don't want to remove some of these parts. Michael Graham goes, it could be very heavy oil. That sometimes could actually be it. All right, so let me remove. I don't know if it is in this case. Okay, so I don't want to stretch the belt. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to remove these pulleys, the lay shaft. I mean the pulleys. All right, bros. Let's get to removing the pulley. I'm wondering which one is more effective to remove, this rear one or the front one. Let's do this rear one, the smaller one. I'm going to try to remove this E-clip now. And then we'll have an idea. Make sense, like the logic that I'm using? Okay. Appreciate you guys being here once again. So the exhaust header is not rubbing. There's no issue with the exhaust setup from what I can see. Let's just remove the belt. We'll be able to kind of do a little more process elimination, I think. Okay, got it. Luckily, my hand is so sweaty from the pain that I was able to simply just grip this with just sweat alone. You see? Thinking ahead. Killed my arm just for this. Okay. Man, all the parts are really honestly beautiful. Look at a solid piece of aluminum sprocket. Come on. This Trinity kit is real beautiful. Real lightweight piece also. Okay. Here, remove this pin. We got the belt out. The belt is pretty much normal. All right, let's you know what? Now with that removed, honestly, they both feel tight. All right. So now I'm going to lift the car from the back and roll it. Okay, so the front actually feels tight. Together, it still feels a little tight. It shouldn't be that tight at all. And the back is significantly looser. I can basically roll it, but I still think it's a little tight. Maybe on the back, it is the gear diff. But in the front, we have a one-way diff. So that is odd. Why is the front tight? I mean, the belt is okay. As I spin it backward, why is the, like, you see the wheels themselves? Oh, check that out. It looks like we had a little collision over there. The drive shaft is a little bit bent. But it shouldn't cause that at all, to be honest with you. It should not cause that. Let me check out the gears. No. This drive shaft is a little bit bent, but, like, it's not... It's a CVD, so, like, whatever. It's meant to be bent a little bit. Well, I don't want to say bent a little bit. It's not meant to be bent. But it's bent. But what would cause friction in, like, just spinning? Let's all think about this, actually. I got to think about this now. So it seems that most of the friction is actually... The back is okay. As I move the back... Yeah, Texas goes, sometimes the bearings are toast. All right, so as I spin the wheel, honestly, the forward wheel spins fine. And this one spins okay. The friction really only comes when I spin it backwards. I'm thinking this needs to be disassembled and probably reassembled. Maybe it's over-tightened somewhere. Because the belt isn't that tight. Well, the next step would be to remove the center belt. Let me see what you guys are saying. I must have missed some of your comments here. All right. I got to scroll up. Oh, man, I missed that comment. Nitro Pimp said something. I didn't read it. Okay. Yeah, here you go. He said loosen the wheels. Okay, let's loosen the wheels. Ugh. Can't loosen it. Let's loosen the wheels. That's a good suggestion right there. Oh, yeah, that one was hella tight, but it's still basically the same. But who knows? Maybe that could be it, you know? Let's take off the front wheels in general, but then I won't be really able to spin it. All right, so it's loose. It's loose. I loosened this one a lot. Let's loosen this one. Let me loosen this one now. I mean, this is ultimate process of elimination right here. This one's loosened by a lot too. Let's see. I would say, oh yeah, substantially better. I would say 50% better. Probably, well, I'm just testing it on my own right now, but feels 50% better. I mean, it rolls. Now a lot of it still has, like you see, if I let go, it doesn't really keep rolling. A little bit, but these cars need to be really smooth when running, though. but it's 50% better. Let's loosen the back wheels. Maybe somebody over tightened it. Eduardo goes, the belt looks a little dry. Well, you know, the belt, as long as you have like a little bit of movement, you know, I mean, it's not that tight. It's not going to create the friction. You know what I mean? Obviously, this is an old car, but it won't create the friction, you know? All right, let's loosen up the rear wheels. All right, so I loosened them up a good amount now. Let's see if we still have. No, that didn't do much. It still feels way tighter than it should. You know, and like the front and rear axles are disconnected. And I can tell, notice there's like siliconing on that diff in the back. So somebody's been doing some voodoo on there for sure so far. But I mean, it's 50% better. I don't know, who knows? Maybe when it runs, it might get a little smoother. Maybe, I don't think it's the bearings because I can spin the wheel relatively easily forward. So some of it is, of course, I mean, the belt seems fine to me. And the brake is not engaged in any way. It's a real mystery, actually. Yeah, Lotus goes, it probably needs some oil and a little runtime. I mean, it's 50% better, okay? So I think we've reached a bit of a resolution at least. All right, Rory Holler with the Nitro Gang emojis. I appreciate that, man. So I think 50% better, but you know, it probably needs to do a good amount of running. Sometimes, well, you know, you spray some WD-40 and some of the moving parts. It could improve. But the most important thing is the carb needs to be moved for sure. Okay. Yeah, Quan Bill's here with a good suggestion. Goes, it could also be the hex pins on the wheels that are pushed in too far. That could actually be it too. So if you guys want me to keep digging, that's actually, yeah, Rustic goes wheel hex rubbing bearing face. So it could be that. Let's see. I can remove some of the wheels and we can check. Thing is, it's hard for me to kind of check it with the wheels off. But let's keep going. We're going to keep digging. Who knows how far we can go. Maybe we'll discover dinosaurs. I hope there's no dinosaur in here, though. Damn, that was a stupid thing to say. But it's okay. Yeah, Eduardo goes, maybe they put wax in the diff. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. All right, so the wheels themselves look okay. Let me just see if I can... I mean, honestly, the bearing itself feels kind of notchy in there as I move it. I guess I could undo the hubs themselves. I don't know if I want to get into it because my arm can't really do a lot of torque tightening stuff right now. You want me to undo the hubs a little bit? I mean, I could try. You guys want me to remove one of the hubs? Michael Graham, thank you, man. I'm glad you're appreciating the live, dude. I mean, I'm personally entertained myself, you know. Damn. The one driver I needed is not here. I have to go get it. All right, we need a 1.5er in there, I think. Let me just make sure it's the correct 1.5er. So what I'll do, I'm going to loosen these a little bit. We'll examine it. I mean, I don't know if that's it, but listen, every nitro is different, you know. Okay, let me go get the correct driver, bros. Okay, I'm back. Arm is still here. Hard to believe. Woogie goes, are those pillow balls on the rear? They sure are, man. Yeah, this is like a proper car, you know? All right. Let me loosen this up a little bit. Let's see what happens. Let's take it off and see. This is some serious hardware. All right, so that's out. This is basically loose. The thing is, how am I going to spin the transmission? Okay, I guess I could spin it like this. All right, let's do... You guys want me to remove the wheel on the other side? Because I am getting into some deep removal territory right here. At this point, it's going to be hard for me to hold, really. Okay. Yeah. Woogie goes, it could be possible that they're torqued down too much, causing binding on the entire axle. That's usually kind of like what happens when people OD on it, but these are like precision parts, you know? It's usually with like precision parts like this. With like plastic stuff, yeah, you could do that. Like squeeze it, you know, could create like some kind of... This is like some pretty proper stuff. But, you know, it's possible. Hey, listen, how many lessons have we all learned throughout the years? Many. That's the great thing about this hobby. You never really finish learning lessons. Look at me, I'm learning lessons right now. Don't put giant heavy boxes on a terrible countertop and then lift it with one hand. Don't do it. Okay. All right, so let me spin it. Like, basically now I could only spin the... I mean, honestly, when I spin it forward, it's still the same amount of friction. Normally, like, with this stuff removed, you should have a really, really easy time spinning it. There's only really one belt here connecting to it now. That means the friction has to be coming from... It's definitely not the disc brake. You could see the disc brake is very, very loose. I'm moving it. It could be the entire axle itself. Could be maybe the bearings, but I don't know if it's the bearings. I mean, I would have to remove the axles and try that with the axle removed. All right, guys, recommend the next process of elimination here for me. What's the next process of elimination step? I mean, I pretty much know what it is, but let's see. Eduardo, that countertop was from stupid Amazon. You buy furniture on Amazon, you get disfigured. All right, Eduardo goes just WD-40 the whole car. I mean, that's not bad, but someone was definitely in here because we know they assembled this with silicone. I guess I could remove this and just move the whole arm forward. That way I can at least... I mean, honestly, it's not like I can move it like this. It doesn't feel crazy. It doesn't feel crazy. I think it's coming from the center, for sure. Let me show you from the top. Oh, we got the Nitro RC shop, man. The Nitro Sniper shop. Sorry, man. Read it wrong. By the way, guys, Nitro Sniper shop is also making some sickening YouTube videos these days. So you guys, I feel like you should watch his channel as well. He's a great dude. All right. Okay. But from the top, I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to spin this with my finger. I actually do feel that this is itself causing friction. And when I spin it forward, there's a good... I mean, it might get, you know, better when it runs, but I don't think so. Like, I've pretty much... It shouldn't be like that. You see how this spins easily? But when I spin it forward, this first gear got nothing. Bash Bros, how you doing there, man? Thank you for catching me on the live, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, so, next thing, usually I check is sometimes the side of the sprocket itself, like the belt rides. It could have stuff sticking out, meaning some of the threads. But honestly, it looks okay. Nitro RC Sniper. Nitro Snipe RC Shop. Damn long-ass username. Thank you for that, man. Sorry, my bad, guys. You know who I'm talking about. I'd be mispronouncing it out here. All right. Thank you, bro. Woogie Nitro goes, it could just be a little bit gummy. Very possible. I mean, you know, looking at it from the top, I don't see anything crazy. You know what I mean? Like, let me keep spinning slowly. Sometimes it could be like a pebble in there, but this belt is on really well. It's definitely nothing crazy there. This spins fine. The second speed here, as you could tell I'm spinning, it spins fine. So the disc brake, there's really nothing else on the shaft. It's basically probably in this area. I would say it's in that area. Let's check over here. What about like in this area? Let me do a zoom in. I've actually had issues where a little pebble was stuck over here in the back and it was rubbing the belt. But in this case, it looks like there's nothing interfering there. I'm checking the belt itself. I mean, I can't see anything crazy. I'm thinking it might get a little bit better when it warms up. That's true. Yeah, it's possible the belt is dragging the chassis. That's a good suggestion right there from Seth. Let's take a look under it. Is the belt on the chassis? No, it looks pretty normal to me. Let me check it from this position. I mean, I've pretty much done a lot of eliminations over here. Okay. Damn it. Looking at this part. I don't see anything obvious. The belt's a little bit messed up, but like it's not tight enough to create like an issue, to be honest with you. The front is much better. The front is much better. It rolls okay, the front. Be honest with you, I think it's got 50% better. I think at this point, probably the best thing to do. What do you guys think? You know, maybe some will disagree. It's okay. But Michael Graham, thank you, bro. I appreciate that support, bro. I think at this point, the best thing to do would not really be digging anymore. I mean, I did fix like 50% of the friction with your guys' suggestions. Mainly, Pimp over here came up with a good one with the front wheels. That was a good suggestion right there for sure. Thinking I'm going to assemble it back, and it probably needs to get fired up and like run a little bit. Who knows? Maybe it'll just loosen up a little bit, right? It's very, very possible. Like, honestly, you don't want to be going chasing dragons. You know what I mean? You chase the dragon, you never catch a dragon. Anybody here knows what reference that is to? That's a South Park reference. Don't be chasing those dragons. Look at me. I chased the Losi dragon, broke my arm basically. You know, don't be me. Don't chase no dragons. Chase the nitros. But thank you, man. Michael Graham, I appreciate it. All right, everybody here says they agree. So I think what I'm going to do, let me like assemble it back as much as I can real quick. All right. And I'll work on the engine depending how I feel. Maybe we'll have a bit of a maybe start. I don't know. All right, let me put this all back. Honestly, it's a real beautiful piece of hardware, this chassis. Yeah, these wheel hubs, honestly, there's no way that you can make them tight that they create friction. It's not that. These are beautiful machine pieces. I don't think I've said the word beautiful more than the third date of, well, you know who. All right. I mean, it's definitely not coming from this area. Let me put this back. So I think we're all in consensus here, guys. It's definitely not this. Maybe you'll get a little better. Who knows? But let me, before I disassemble too much, like honestly, we don't even need to really put on the front belt. I could keep the belt off and just get the engine on, I think. That's the most important part. So what I'll do, I'm going to keep off these parts right here because that's just the connection to the front belt. I don't need to put on the sprocket. You all agree with me? We can keep the sprocket off for now. I think that's a good idea. Only because I'm still probably going to be doing this process of elimination later. So there's pretty much no point in putting it on right now, I would say. All right. All right, Lotus, you take care, bro. By the way, guys, if you want to see some boat videos, Lotus got them for you. Man, I got to tell you, there's nothing wrong with a boat video. sometimes guy just wants to run a boat, you know. I had a boat video planned. Then I basically ruined my arm. So boat video is now not gonna happen. Probably be close to, you know, well, I don't want to use any bad words out here, but there are like real disabled people out there. So obviously I'm not disabled, but you know, more like unhappy. Let's just say unhappy. So let me put this back. Now I've basically just kept it rear. It might get a little smoother, honestly, I think. All right, let's get on to the engine. I mean, it's a little bit better. Probably 50% better. It's crazy, though, man. Like, oh, that did not seat well. By the way, guys, I really do appreciate your suggestions. So far today, a lot of really good hints. Yeah, Michael Graham goes, if you have the plastic hubs, you got to be careful not to over-tighten them. Correct. The plastic hubs could be squished real far in and causing tension on the bearing itself. That's 100% correct. Amputee RC, correct, bro. Correct, bro. But we got to be thankful for what we have, man. I feel pretty bad, but of course, I'm nowhere close to that level, It's repairable what I have, but what really kind of pisses me off, I would say, is the issue is self-caused and, well, I wouldn't say 100% self-caused, but it was avoidable. That's what really got me really not happy. It was avoidable. But listen, if you knew things that were gonna happen before they happened, a lot of things would be different today. You know what I mean? You wouldn't go on that third date with that Chiquita, would you? Yeah, I know. I mean, it honestly seems a little better. I could spin it. It's okay. I think the engine could easily overcome that. All right. Let's now take a look at the carb. I'm basically going to move the carb. You know what we need to do, bros? I have a suggestion for us all. Should we take a little bit of a road trip right now to my basement full of RCs? Lobo NYC, what's going on, man? We got the king of the RC10DS here with us today, my good friend. Let's take a look at how the carb should be positioned in another one of these, because they're basically all the same linkage, right? So I need to see if the carb needs to be this way or this way, meaning this throttle input. You guys want to take a little road trip? I'm talking about 25 feet walk, maybe. Who wants to take a 20-foot walk? Come on. You got 20 feet in you? As they say today on street beefs, you got the dog in you. Who got the dog in them? And by that, I mean 20 feet. Amputee RC is correct, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. But for me, it was my own stupidity, bro. All right, let's take a little bit of a walk. I'm in a cast over here. It's pretty bad, but, it's fixable. Question is, where's my other Nitro? Where's my other Trinity Reflex? All right, let's go take a walk. I'm going to have to block some of it, but let's go take a bit of a walk. I have another Reflex somewhere. Of course, I put it far. Hold on, guys. I'm looking for where it is. I lost where it is. I'm going to go look for it. Where did I put the Trinity Reflex NT? It's not one of these. All right. Let me leave you here for a second. Sick. You can hang out with the Savage over there. Let me go take a look. All right, bros. We're in good luck right now. We got some great luck. Let me show you. I found it. I didn't think this would happen. You'll remember this? Please let this be the correct car. If it's not, it's going to be pretty embarrassing. All right. I'm quite sure this is a Trinity Reflex. Come on, road trip. Can we get a road trip? Hell yeah. Quite sure this is the correct car. Oh, thank God it's the correct car. Hold on a second. It's not the correct car. Is this the correct car? Nah, this is not a Trinity Reflex. This is... Why was I so wrong? This is a Serpent with a Pico JL tuned engine. Damn, I tricked myself. You guys understand? That's right, Kaylee. How you doing there, bro? This is a 10 scale Serpent. I forgot I even had this. Are you telling me I thought this was a Trinity the whole time? I am a sickening individual. All right, well, I guess we could look at this one for now. Let's see how this... Yeah, so this is a completely different carb setup, so actually not going to happen at all. This is a real high-end baby right here. No friction. This thing rolls better than an egg roll. Look at this egg roll. Rolls better than an egg roll. Centex 2-speed JL tuned Pico. I know Woogie would love this. Yeah, man. Hybrid over here. You know, sometimes I repair real trash, but other days I repair less than trash. This is one of those days. So this car was a runner, obviously, but wrong car. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. What did I do to my Trinity Reflex? Sick. Notice this. This is a low-profile cooling head on these models. Hall effect, thank you, man. Let me go take a look around. I don't know where my Trinity Reflex is. You know what we could do? We could just look at the magazine. What's that over there? Nitro Bullet. That's the Megatech Nitro Razor. Here we got the Traxxas boat. Here we got another Traxxas boat. And some notes I took for myself. Where the hell is the Trinity? That's not a Trinity. So far, my 20-foot road trip is going pretty ineffective. I did wind up with some other cool stuff, though. Damn, where is it? All right, let's go back. We'll take a look at some other pictures. I can't find it. All right, bros. I'm just gonna find a picture of it somewhere else. Oh, hold on a second. Is that it? That's not it. You know where it is? It's upstairs. My bros, it's upstairs. I have it upstairs on the second floor, I think. You want me to go get it? You understand I'm going to be sounding real winded? People are probably going to be making fun of me. It's like 88 degrees in my house right now. You guys want me to go upstairs, take a look at it? I think it's upstairs in my spare room. You want to go on another road trip? This one's going to be 2 flights of stairs. Sick. All right. Let's go upstairs, I guess. I have to block some of this because, you know, situations. I wonder what Sandy's doing. All right, we're going on a 2-floor road trip. 2-floor road trip. Oh, damn. We got a kitty right here. He's just right here waiting, chilling, waiting for me. Hey, Sandy. Say hello to everyone. Sandy. You gonna stay here with the Nitro gang? I'm gonna go get that other car. Bash Bros, I don't have a Nitro Hawk, but I have a similar car. The Nitro, it was the road car. All right, let me go upstairs. I'm gonna leave you here with the kitty. He better not leave or else he's gonna get real punished tonight. Sandy, you stay there. So this is called catfishing. All right, my dudes. What do you think about that? All right, appreciate that. Let me go downstairs. Someone did a little super chat. I found it. Sandy, you had a job here. You left the Nitro gang alone. That's not right. All right, bros. I found it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hold on a second. I found it. Let me see who said that. All right, Michael Graham. Michael Graham, thank you, bro, for Sandy. We both appreciate that. It's going directly towards the Shiba cat food. I bought a Shiba cat food thing the other day, and like half the packages were open. I had to throw them out. Anyway, that was what I did before. That was called catfishing. You know, you throw a little string, they chase it. Literally catfishing. Get it? It's a little bit of my dry humor, you could say. Some say it's good. Melissa says it's bad. I still think it's good, though. You can't listen to people that are, you know, not you. All right. This is the Trinity Reflex, not the team one. This is the one our buddy Texas here has, right? You guys have seen this car before. It just needs a little bit of stuff. I have the stuff for it, though. But actually, Nitro Pimp sent me a couple things for it a while back. I got to put them on. But here is the car, man. I mean, guys, there's not just one man. He can't address you as a man. That's not rational. You know what? This one actually has the kind of same rear thing. Anyway, let's take a look at how this carb is. You know what? This has a completely different brake setup. All right, so on this one... Oh, look at that. I guess the carb wasn't tight. I guess I left it there to pivot it later. Yeah, this was probably the build. I didn't tighten the carb. That was sickening what just happened. Well, at least I know. But come on, could we take a look at that engine? Look at that OS 12 TR. You know what? I'm going to give you the light and zoom in on that. Look at that juiciness. All right, so yeah, this has to be pivoted. Plus, the thing is, this is missing the brake, the linkage as well. So, what up there, Raymond Hernandez? I'm thinking, apparently Hybrid here has a bunch of Trinities with carb issues. Why is this not all the way in? Okay. All right. Yeah, it just needs to be tightened up a little bit. But I'm thinking it needs to be pivoted this way. Yeah, spin it to the right. All right. Big Boys Toys, make thank you, bro. He goes, for Sandy, food from Safa. We appreciate that, and you. Yeah, we bought like, what is it? Basically, Sandy only eats one type of cat food. He's like real prissy, believe it or not, which is weird because he was adopted. And he was homeless, and he was, well, you know, an outdoor cat. But he only eats like Shiba, which is pretty expensive. But thank you, man. All right, so we're going to move it. By the way, This is the non-team version. So as you guys could tell, the plastics are not gray colored. They're black color plastics here. Sick, right? What hubs do you think we got? You dare me to take off one of the hubs? I'll do it. I'll take off one of the hubs. Man, I really hope it's not aluminum because that's going to be pretty embarrassing. Take off the hub or what? So thank you guys for those super chats. I appreciate it, man. All right, let's take off one of the hub. Because apparently I think this is not supposed to be the team version. This is supposed to be just a new regular version. Just so you guys know, I did own another Trinity Reflex like years ago. What the hell is that? Why is it aluminum? It's not supposed to be aluminum. I'm assuming somebody upgraded this. This must have been upgraded because like this is not the correct setup. Unless this is another version. There might be 3 versions. This is definitely not the Derlin one, though. The arms are not gray. That is... I mean, this one was built by somebody else. But let me just take a look at it. I don't understand. How can that be? I thought, if you take a look at both of them, right? Down like that. This is obviously the same color plastic. This is obviously the Derlin plastic. Yeah, Michael Graham goes, his cats only like beef. The irony is Sandy only eats turkey. He literally will only eat turkey. That's it. And only one type of turkey, bro. Only boar's head cold cut turkey. That's it. He will only eat boar's head cold cut turkey. Like, it's sickening. He thinks he's a fancy king cat over here. But only boar's head cold cut turkey. That's it. Yeah. Raymond Hernandez goes, his cat too. It's sickening. I mean, I don't mind. I like the boar's head too, but that shit never goes on sale, you know? It's always like $14.99 to $16 a pound. It's crazy. I mean, I remember back when it was like $10.99 a pound. Now it's never like that. I mean, honestly, $16 for cold cut per pound is like a little bit crazy. You guys agree? Anyway, I don't know what the hell the story is. It seems that this is a mix of like maybe it was upgraded by somebody. I don't know. But this one's basically brand new. Just needs the exhaust, which I have already. All right, bros. Let me ask you a question. Which one would you rather have? If you can't tell, I love these cars. So, as I was saying another story before, I did have... Let me just put this in here for temporary purposes. We'll put it back later. I did have actually another one years ago that I sold to a channel viewer member of mine that he really, really wanted it. So I did make a deal on it. It was like many, many years ago. And I forgot what his name was, but he's still one of my main supporters, actually. And it had the black Cerio 15 in it. Dude, that car, wow. Wow, beyond wow. Super straight acceleration. It was beyond impressive, that car. Cerio 15, holy moly. All right, Raymond Hernandez goes 3 and a roller. All right, so people here really like the team one. Honestly, the team is pretty proper. This one just needs to be completed. It's just, you know, missing the exhaust and some, obviously, all of the servos. Since these were basically kits, you know, that's why almost all of them never have servos. You know, what's the chance of that? It's sickening. All right. Jim's RC Fun goes, he would rather have the one on the left. Man, it feels like the left one is getting a lot of love over here. Texas Hill goes, he has the black Cerio one. Those are, dude, anything Cerio is great. Michael Graham with the classic Fortec. That's right. I know Michael Graham's answer. You ask him, would you want a bagel with cream cheese? Bagel with cream cheese? He says Fortec. You ask him, do you want fries with that? He says T-Max. I love that about this guy. Love it. All right. Really entertaining. I'm going to do that to Melissa one day. Melissa going to be like, you want, how many creamers you want and how many teaspoons of creamer you want? I'm going to tell her, Melissa, Hobeo buggy. She won't know what I'm saying. She'll probably yell at me. All right, let's move this one. But yeah, basically all of them are missing the servos. This one's also missing the radio tray, but like it really doesn't matter. Like whatever, it's not a big deal. Weird, I don't know how that can be. This one actually has like close to no friction. Weird. All right, let me move this one. Let's do this. Let's put the, actually, you know what? I should probably do, yeah, okay, I need to move the carb. What am I talking about? I think our buddy Rustic here, he has a couple cats at home. Am I correct? When I first got this from him, there's like a little bit of cat hair on it. Dude, Sandy was sniffing this for an hour. He was hardcore on it. I thought he was a member of the Nitro Gang already. All right, let's move the carb. I hope it moves. So we're going to twist it. You know what I'm going to do? I might have some access, actually, so... Damn it. I need some proper pliers. Might have to go upstairs again. I don't know if I can go upstairs anymore. All right, at least that moved. Holy moly, thank God that moved. I was worried there would be a little bit of maybe something wrong. Maybe that's why nobody moved this carb. Okay, so what did we say? So assuming it's in this way. Assuming it's like that. I'm thinking of which way to move it. I'm going to move it. Let me see. Which way is yours moved, Texas? Is your throttle arm closer to the engine or further away? Okay, Texas, go spin it to the right. That's what I thought. Oh, thank God it spins. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to leave it like this. Let me tighten it a little bit, and then I should be able to see if it clears the disc brake. Stuck in there, stuck. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put it back. And I might be able to tighten the carb screw later on. I think it's fairly tight. I only loosen. Actually, you know what? It's probably in my best interest to get it right now. Okay, so I'm going to do a little zoom in on this, bros. So the way it's sitting right now, if the engine was tight, you see that? It clears it. You see the disc brake? Far away, baby. Man, whoever installed this before, I don't think they realized you could move the engine. I mean the carb. You believe that? That's sick, right? Okay, so now we need to make sure that this mechanism moves. Actually, the arm now needs to be rotated up a little bit. Texas, is your throttle arm rotated up? Because at this point, if I leave it like this, it's gonna... The throttle arm is gonna hit this carbon fiber component. So it needs to be, I think, moved up. Right? So this is all like real. I'm going to use the word minutia over here. But, you know, if you don't get this right the first time, you're basically going to be taking your engine out every single day. Okay. So let's try to move it. All right, so it needs to go up a little bit. If you don't get this right, you're going to be removing this all the time. How does this come apart? Normally, the throttle levers, throttle arms, they're called, they have a set screw at the bottom. This one has a screw on the side. Hold on a second over there, baby. How is this supposed to turn? I can't move it. It's stuck. I can't move it. It's stuck. Arm hurts. Can't hold it with my arm like that. I think we ran into our first problem. Problem right here, baby. We ran into a problem. How am I... It's stuck. I think you're supposed to undo the screw, but it's completely stuck. It needs to be heated up, maybe. Can't move. I can't really hold it well with my arm. Definitely can't move it. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to... Man, holy moly. Situations. I'm going to try one of these. Let's see. Okay, got it. All right. Good thing it cracked. You heard that crack? That's like a big crack right there. Okay, so it moved. That's good. So I'm going to put it like this. For now. That was a major crack. Major crack. You guys remember there was a WCW wrestling character called Major Guns? Major guns. It might be enough, it might not be enough. But generally, you want that portion to be kind of high up. Like this. Yeah. Because basically when the servo is installed right here. Yeah, Ray goes too much for cold cut lunch meat. I know, bro. $16. All right. Yeah, that was really tight in there. But honestly, it's a very good design. That design, believe it or not, is better than the set screw design. That is better than the set screw design. It's like a real fixed design. So normally when the servo's here, you'll have like a regular linkage. And you want this to be straight up. So it should move freely in and out. And it does. All right. So now that I know that's good, let me tighten up the carb screw without killing my arm again. All right, that should be okay. And I think we can put it back in, technically, for now, you know. I mean, I'm not going to take the engine apart. It seems to be in pretty okay compression. Let's just install it back in before anything crazy happens. And I just want to get some of the screws in there. I mean, I think major work has been done today. With the help of many of you viewers out there, I think we made some progress. You know, this car looked to be really, really good already, you know, but these little things like drivetrain friction, that kind of stuff could really give you a bad day. I'm already having a relatively not good day, but that could be even worse. Let's get this in. All right, before I tighten it like a lot, let me see what we got over here for the carb and the brake. Oh yeah, that is way, way better. You guys see that now? There's no hitting. Look at that carb and the brake. No hitting. Hit-free zone. Zero violence right there. That's a beautiful fix. Okay. Let me get this in. I think pretty good job so far. I mean, it's it's a minimalist type repair, but without that, you basically got nothing. I mean, this car really had a lot of work to it, but you know, none of it is like impossible. You just have to understand like what you're looking for. This is one of those cars. You gotta understand what you're looking for, times 4. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna tighten. You know what I want to do also? I want to check the fuel tank before I put anything else in too hard. Let me tighten this up. Honestly, bros, if my arm wasn't killing me right now, I think my pain meds are wearing off. I want to start it. What's up there, Pitbull man? Pitbull all the way from the other coast of America joining us. Happy to see you, man. This is, let me give you a quick recap. I wound up trading... Michael Graham, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I wound up trading one of the JADOs I had. You guys might remember it was like one of the worst JADOs ever. But, you know, I put in a different engine into it. Put in an exhaust I had. I mean, it's basically, it only needs a little bit of work now. You know, it has the Nitro Gang JADO brake flick mod. It's actually a runner. Normal shocks. The fuel tank in it was good. Carl D, what's up there, man? So really, that JADO... it's only really going to need like maybe like $20 worth of Traxxas parts. And the rest is fine. Like the electronics work. You know, the spur gear honestly kind of sucks on it. But I would recommend putting on a like a regular plastic spur gear. You really kind of... There's nothing wrong with the plastic spur gears. Okay. Gear mesh is still good. Let me check how we got rolling. I mean, it rolls better. It rolls better. Before... I mean, honestly, if I back it up a little bit, check this out. It rolls okay, guys. What do you think? It's not like an RS4, but these cars, you know, it might get another like 20% better. You know what I'm saying? If it got like 20% smoother, I think it would be close to perfect. I mean, visually, it's hard to tell, but it's a lot better. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to check the fuel tank. The way I do this is relatively sickening. You got to basically blow. Kim Kardashian is very famous for doing that. Should we all talk about Dolly Parton? You know, a lot of celebrities died this week, but listen, we all have our own internal problems. Dolly. I mean, I don't want to have to be the one to say it. I'm not a country music fan lover, like at all. We're talking negative 10%. Do I have to be the one to say it? Like, do you guys know what I'm going to say? All right, let me just blow in this. I'm going to close this up and blow in this fuel line. Okay, the tank is good. I think with a little bit of fuel, it'll clear up. All right, fuel tank is good. It's not clogged. Oh, is Melissa here with us today again, or did she leave me again? Melissa's on a trip, actually, somewhere right now. Melissa, you want to tell them where you're at? Don't worry, they're not going to stalk you. That place is huge. They ain't going to find you, bro. Melissa, they're not going to find you. Don't worry. And if they find you, these are all good people in the chat. You got nothing to worry about. You would be honored. Yep, Eduardo, R.I.P. Oliver Tree, man. I used to watch his scooter videos, dude. Oliver Tree and Little Big. That was the life, man. But honestly, what's her name? Dolly Parton. We're gonna miss her. I'm not a country music fan lover, but my understanding is many people from many generations, she brought them together. That's my understanding. iFly, how you doing? All right, so let me connect all this back. I mean, so far, it's coming along. I did some valuable repairs, really. And thanks to many of the viewers here who actually had very good ideas. Come on, fuel line. All right. All right, so that's the fuel line right there. We'll do the exhaust. Bros, I want to start it, but my hand is not doing too good. What do you think? I mean, honestly, it shouldn't take a lot to start this on a starter box. What do you all think? Oh, man. iFly goes, he remembers Dolly on Johnny Carson in 79. Yeah, she was basically multiple decades star. Did you guys know she had a family of, like, what was it, 11 siblings? That was insane, 11 siblings. So what do you guys think? You think I should go try to start it? By the way, I'm not, my hand is all messed up, but, it's already messed up. I'm already getting surgery next week. And I'm not joking. It's 100% going to happen. You're going to see me in a cast. Like, probably in the week from now, or 2, depending how I am, if I could actually talk. I'm going to have a whole huge-ass cast on my entire arm. It's going to be pretty bad. I'm actually pretty devastated. Real bad. All right, bros. What do you think? Should we go try to start it? I don't know what's going to happen, but I didn't really look inside the engine, but it seems to have compression, so if it feeds the fuel, if it, feeds fuel, I think it should be okay. Just got to get a thing on that. All right, bros, we got about 75 people in here right now. Melissa's trying to hold me down, but, when I say that, I'm just joking around. She's not actually holding me down, I was just joking around, bro. But Melissa said no, but of course she's very overprotective, and, we got to have our own free will, right? Free will is what makes us men and women. And some people, the third gender, if you believe in that sort of stuff. Although I believe it's debatable. All right, bros. I don't know. I want to fire in a hole, guys. I can't help it. What should we do? Go ahead. Honestly, I should be okay with just one hand. All I got to do is put this on the starter box and press down. It's not, like, impossible, I think. Yeah, Quam Bill goes, the Yokobo GT4 engine was no joke. That was a proper, like, the RTRs were 18s. All right? Oh, my buddy KP is here, man. How you doing, dude? Long time no see. My good old friend. Him and I used to work together. Man, I miss this guy. I miss this guy. He was a good personal friend of mine, at work. Yeah, bro, almost broke my arm actually with a heavy RC. So I'm not too happy about it. I'm in a cast. I'm in a sling right now. Pretty bad, but it was worth it for the channel. All right, Melissa said no fire-ups, but I don't know if I want to listen to her, to be honest with you. Yeah, I fly. That's what it is. I really do think a lot of my, good friends are here, but also friends outside of RC are here. Which is good, because, I do like to talk about many, many other things. Him and I would always discuss electric cars. So fun, man. Yeah, KP, bro, I basically tore my bicep. And the most embarrassing thing, it wasn't even, like, from working out. It was from, like, lifting up a heavy car. It was my fault, man. But basically, I'm getting real hardcore surgery next week. Like, we're talking hardcore surgery. Under anesthesia. All right, guys, I don't know. Should I listen? All right, I'll listen to Melissa today for now. I guess we can call it a day. We could talk about something else for now. But it's pretty bad. My arm muscle is pretty much effed up. If I showed it to you, you would know what I mean. Yeah, I fly. It is actually irony. The thing is, it was basically my fault. If you guys want to see, I'll show you. It's a little bit embarrassing, actually, but, Plus, I'm hella sweaty out here. But I could show it to you if you want. All right, so it's me right here, So basically, let me move the light up a little bit. So basically, it's the arm. You can't really see because it's internal. But basically, if I show you right here, you see like how high up my bicep starts now? You see like where the peak is? I've become Scott Steiner. So basically, all of this is ripped. You can't see it. But basically, there's like a big-ass tendon that goes from the forearm over here. It's completely ripped. You see how my bicep has moved up? Real embarrassing. But it's basically completely freaking torn. It cannot be any more torn as this. My other arm is normal. You see the other bicep? It's normal. This one, toast, baby. And actually, when I do like this, it hurts like really crazy. Sickening, embarrassing. But you see, I accept blame, and that's what it is. So basically, gonna cut the shit open, and it's pretty much bad. You see what I mean? I can't really even move it up anymore at all. This is like the limit of motion right now. real bad, man. Real bad. I told you guys I wasn't playing around. So basically, that's like the really bad thing is there's like multiple tears you could do in your bicep, and I have like the worst one. The one that's at the elbow. That one will never regrow on its own, ever. It's basically going to be half a year of nightmare. Yeah, Seth goes, it makes me look stronger. Well, man, I'm going to lose all my gains, dude. I'm going to lose all my gains. It's going to be pretty embarrassing. KP, bro, I'm going to message you later, man. You're invited over to my house, okay, one day. Gotta come hang out, man. But yeah, I've been basically, lifting weights for but the thing is, I work out very safely. I don't do anything crazy from the floor. I don't do anything with self-injury related up until I touched the low C. But it was basically my fault. So, well, by my fault, I mean assisted fault. It wasn't 100% my fault. But, I do live by Hulk Hogan's rules, not the really negative ones, not the racism ones, but, the other ones. Anyway, guys, we could take a look at the magazine. I'm probably not going to start it up right now because I kind of feel terrible right now. It basically hurts. But I think I'll fire up. Maybe tomorrow. All right, KP, bro. We're going to talk later, man. You're always invited, You're going to get to see the nitros. You're going to be blown away. Blown away, bro. Be careful where you step. One step could be my cat. One step could be a nitro. All right, bros, you want me to take a look a little bit at the magazine? Yeah. Yeah, Rusta goes, LOSI stands for look out for sickening injuries. All right, Terra goes, magazine time, hybrid. All right, I think tomorrow I'm going to work on trying to start it. We'll see how it goes. It shouldn't be impossible. All right, guys. Let me get over here for a second. So, we could still talk about this car if you want, or I can talk about other stuff. All right, my buddy KP, man, I will talk to you later. Thank you for stopping by. If you guys don't know, he's a good friend of mine in real life. Real fun guy. And, you know, not only fun, but he's like a positive, ethical person. That's what really matters. You know, because you could have like fun people, but they're jerks. You know, they want the worst for you. He's not one of those people. You know, I really do try to surround myself with people that want the best for you, and I want the best for them. That's kind of what matters to me. Today, unfortunately, you know, there's a lot of like fake frenemies. You know what I'm saying? Like these like suckers that are always like jealous and just assholes. But at the end of the day, we all have our own problems. You know, look at me. I look like the freaking fountain of youth right here, right? Sometimes. Well, okay, that's a little bit too much, but arm dead. Okay? Dead arm. And there you go. But that's the reality, unfortunately. That's basically what social media is. Unfortunately, you never know who it is. But I'll tell you something, guys. My overall, you know, I don't want to be negative or nothing here. And this is not negative. This is reality, you know. From what I've seen, basically, 95% of people will become jerks. It's a 95% rule. And the goal is to find those 5% that are not going to be those people. And I think most of the people here in the chat are the good people, you know. But, you know, we do need more positivity. But also, people need to just acknowledge reality. You know, that everyone has their own problems. Look at me. Toast. You know. All right, let's continue. So, Trinity Reflex. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I guess we already talked about it, but blah, 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 blah. I already talked about almost all of this, actually. So let's just keep going forward. What happens a lot of the magazines with, the reviews where it's a kit, they don't tell you what the speed is. So if you want to know how fast, we don't know, you know? Yeah, Eduardo, you are correct. They do eventually grow old. Unfortunately, you know, today, social media, I don't want to call them trolls because the troll, you know, they're liars. Today, you have people that really more or less sneaky SOBs, you know what I'm saying? They hurt you behind your back without you really even ever knowing. And that's not really what a troll does. A troll, I think, is more harmless. These are what are known as frenemies. You know, and today you get enough of them on social media, they could really hurt a person. That's the problem. Years ago, they had no power. But today, they have power, unfortunately, in numbers. That's the problem. They've united in such a way that it's unstoppable. I mean, look at Mr. Beast. That guy's a mad weirdo. And yet, you see what he's doing. Okay. We got the Offna LD3. I have this car. It's a proper car. This is basically very, very similar to the TC3. When you look, it's basically the same. You know what I'm saying? Just like the TC3. I don't know which one I like more. I think out of the box, probably a TC3 is nicer in my opinion, I think. Because these are .12 engines. Don't get me wrong, the Force 12 is good. But a 12 is a 12, right? Like the Associated, after a couple years, they came with 15s. They were good cars. Like those Associated 15s were fast. I ran the Force 12. It's reliable, but it's not like a fast engine. It has no bottom end. I think that logic is probably true. All right, bros, I'm going to be here a couple more minutes. We'll do a couple magazine flips. I got to go take some medications, of course. Let's do a couple more over here. I'm just wondering to see if we have any speed results here on the left side. Oh my goodness. It says 50 miles per hour. I don't know. I don't know how they hit 50 on this, because like 50 is very, very fast for like a Force 12 engine. That is, I don't know how they did that. Anybody here wants to explain how they did it? I don't know how they did that. That's actually very fast. I was thinking like 38. Because like my Force 12 and the LD3 is not that fast. Kaylee, I agree, bro. I agree. from what I've learned, you just gotta accept it that 95% of the people you meet will disappoint you. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of like what it is. Truth is, you don't need that many people to be friends with in real life. You need like a handful. That's it. That's all you really need. You know? But 95% will basically piss you off eventually. And that's exactly the statistical rate on YouTube right now. 95%. All right, we got the send fun factor. How fun? I'm not sure. I never had one. Or maybe one day I'll get one. Team Losi Triple XS. This is going to be an electric. I mean, honestly, for an electric touring car, I think it's hot. What do you guys think? I think it's hot for an electric touring car. Main thing on this one, the belt was covered in a tunnel. So, like let's say the regular TC3s, they were shaft drive. But a lot of electric touring cars back at this time period were belt drive. Like, you could not take these off-road or like on a gravel. Or, like even little dirt would get jammed up in the belts. So these were real nice rides, man. Real nice rides. All right, bros. It looks like the viewership is a little bit down, but that's okay. I think I've achieved what I wanted to achieve today. And that was figuring out some of the issues on that. Oh my God, we got the Fortec 2.5. I don't know if the Fortec lovers are still in here. Do we got the Fortec lovers in here or what? Yeah, Texas goes. That Losi touring car is still in high demand. Yeah, I agree, bro. Honestly, out of all of the electric touring cars, I would say hell yeah to this one. We got any of the Fortec gang still in here? I know Michael Graham, he probably left a little bit earlier. But honestly, I don't know how that Orphan LD3 is the same speed as that Fortec. I don't know. They might have lied. Although I don't want to say they lied because that's pretty stupid sounding. iFly goes to Schumacher 95 and 95 was belt. Very well, very well. Yes, pretty much all Schumachers are belt drive, bro. People don't know. They all have those little tunnels, right? You are correct, actually. I had this exact Fortec when it was new. Let me do a little zoom in on this. So they're claiming 46 miles an hour. You would have think it got more. I don't know how that Orphan LD3 is actually faster than this. That don't make no sense. The Fortec is like a proper fast car. What do we get on the Rustler? Man, don't you love test results? Holy shit. 52.8 miles an hour on the Nitro Rustler. How is it possible? I mean, I understand how it's possible. It must all be gearing. It must all be gearing. Pitbull man, thank you, bro. I will see you on the next one. It must all be gearing because Nitro Rustler and the Fortec are both 2.5. One is a single speed. One is a two-speed. And this one is 5 miles per hour faster. That's right. Michael Graham is always here. He goes T-Max #1. But what about the Fortecs? Come on. I know when you go to Taco Bell, you say, is the Fortec back on the menu yet? I want the Fortec burrito. Oh, hold on. That's what I say. That's what I say. But yeah, it's all basically gearing. I mean, bros. Nitro Rustler is faster than the Fortec 2.5. That's sick. I don't know how that's even possible. I mean, it's possible. Unless whoever ran this, because I know, dude, the Pro 15 was faster than that, actually. That don't make no sense. I'm going to have to investigate that later on. Well, currently, investigations are closed for tonight. Oh, we got some Pico engines. Well, by Pico. Pico made a lot of different brand engines. This happens to be Omega. I've never had one. We got some chick that knows nothing about RC. Probably got paid $800 for this photo. Oh, here's that Associated 15 I was talking about. But really, a lot of these RTR engines, you'll never find, like, any horsepower specs. Like, so what? They gave us some information. There's no specs on it. But this is not about that. This is basically about carbs. Let's see what we got over here. Let's see which engines of these I've had. So yes, this is grade A. This is grade no. This is grade hell no, actually. It's a special grade. Grade hell no. Epic, real proper engine. M16, I had that. I still have it. Phantom 15, real good engine. Dynamite, pretty much anything Dynamite was good. Duratrax 18, this is actually OS made. This is the engine that's in essentially a similar engine as in the Tamiya TNX. Speaking of TNX, guys, do you think I have a TNX? What do you think? I'm gonna be real quiet. Do I have a TNX? Maybe. Have I ever showed it on any video? No. I wonder why that is. I mean, they really don't even have any power specs. Like, so what? We have engines. There's no power specs on this. Three-speed tranny. I've never seen a production version of this one. This is the Kyosho Mad Armor. Basically, the Mad Force. You guys know the modern USA 1. You know, there were multiple generations of those trucks. They started with the Mad Force back in like 2003. But I've never seen the military version of this. But during this time period, there seems to have been a military version of everything. There was also something called the Tamiya Wild Commando. I've never had it, but it's basically just a body kit. Oh man, we got some Serios up in here. I have that. I had that. Oh, page goes, I just built 2 Duratrax 18s. The Duratrax 18s were good engines. They were OS built. All right, what else? I'm just going to flip through this real fast. We got Serpent. We got something else, not Serpent. We got Mark Messenger. What's up there, Mark, man? It's all right, bro. Don't worry about it, man. You caught the stream when you caught the stream, you know? Just basically closing up shop here for a little bit. I got to probably go order some food. Can't really go anywhere right now. Took some pain pills. I'm just flipping through this. Oh, man. I used to love these articles. Like, if you've never seen these articles, this is what they call under the hood. These are like the race-winning cars from the race people at the time, right? So in this case, we got Chad Bradley's Mugen MST1. I've never had this model, but the actual cars and like what they do. So if you wanted to, you could read about it. You know, the certain little upgrades they install. Like you see, they wrote some crap there on the shock cap. I mean, it's pretty interesting. JW, man, what's up there, JWRC? This was one of my favorite segments during this time period. Literally the cars of the racers in this segment. Today, the cars of the racers are Armas. Pretty much as interesting as an avocado that you leave on the counter for 3 days. You ever look at an avocado after it's been oxidized for 3 days? It's not interesting. Just like Armas. Zero interesting like Armas. TC3. Oh, and here we go with those Duratrax 18s, what I was talking about. So what I said earlier about the Duratrax 18 made by OS, notice that includes a Duratrax 18 engine made by OS. So these are basically OS 18 engines, OS 18 CVR, I'm going to say, with, you know, much uglier cooling heads. But those are proper OS carbs, the same OS pull starter and the same block. Just the cooling heads are real ugly. They really cheaped out on that cooling head, guys. If they had a better cooling head, this would have been a head turner. Literally. A head turner. Alright, bros. I think we're going to call it a day now. I think I've done what I had to do on that one. Depending how I feel tomorrow, it might be fire in the hole. Unfortunately, I still have this one sucker on Facebook stealing all of my shorts. So I can't really be doing shorts right now. I mean, you know, there's really nothing you can do. Social media is a place where if you want theft to happen, theft will happen. This guy's still basically stealing all my shorts. Doesn't matter if I put my YouTube username in there, Some guy told me I won't watch this guy because he puts Hybrid 324 in it. Well, bro, it's because people stealing my content. That's why. Yeah, I fly. Thank you, man. You know, I basically, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's Nitro. Not much else. But it's okay. You know, the goal in life is to find something you're good at and then keep doing it. But yeah, basically, this one guy on Facebook's been stealing my shorts for like a hella long time. Every day I upload it, Melissa will tell you. He blocked me already. I can't even show you the page. Can't show you the page, bro. So, the guy blocked me. I wrote, you stole my shorts, and he blocked me. You see, filed copyright claims. It's basically like filing claims with like, well, let's call it the Better Business Bureau. You'll never hear back. All right, my dudes. Let's all hope Michael Graham, Woogie, in Texas can get out there and burn some nitro. Nothing makes me happier than seeing some of the people in the chat here having a good time. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. I flipped the page and I have this engine. I have that. Probably never going to run it, though. All right, bros. It's been real. Let's stay positive. Don't be a frenemy to anybody. And live your life and avoid pain as long as possible. That's what I'll say. May Megatech be with you. See you guys next time. Appreciate you all. Take care. That's right. Hellfire goes. Hybrid loves his Megatech. Bro, I'm addicted to bad things, I guess. You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm fully aware Megatech is whack. I'm addicted. Can't help it. Can't help it, bro. Addicted to whackness. As long as we all recognize our faults, I'm okay with that, you know? I'm addicted to whackness. What are you going to do about it? Some people addicted to gambling. I'm addicted to Megatech. Sickening. See you guys. By the way, I want a special major hell yeah to our buddy Hellfire here, who achieved 70 with a TC3. Guys, you don't understand. 70 with a TC3, that's basically close to impossible, in my opinion. I thought it was impossible. 70, major achievement, hell yeah, to that. If only I was there to get it on video, but he got it. But 70, very impressive for a 10 scale car. Very impressive. Like, you have to be, you know, on point with everything at that point. All right, bros. Thank you all. See you next time.